And I'll never forget when I went to jail, because when I went to jail, my wife, well, she was my girlfriend at the time, she was sitting right there when I got arrested. Right? Like, there's this thing called the streets, and everybody doesn't like to tell you what comes with the streets, but I'm one of them people where I try not to lie to you guys. Right? So in the streets, when I get pulled over, because it's Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day is coming up. For some of you guys that have a girlfriend, one word of advice, if you guys are going to go out to eat on Valentine's Day, just make sure that you go. Because me and my girlfriend were supposed to go eat on Valentine's Day, and I had one more person I had to meet. And I'll never forget this because I'm really big on dates, because I firmly believe we go through things, and the things that we go through, if we don't learn from them, we're going to go through them again. So on Valentine's Day of 2016, I had one more person to meet. I sold them an eighth, $40, sold them an eighth. And as soon as they came out and got it, as soon as I pulled off, the cops got behind me. And I had my man sitting next to me, and I'll never forget because I was on probation, right? Probation is where they slap you on the wrist because they know you'll be back. So I'm on probation. I just sold drugs, and the cops get behind me. I have a quarter pound of weed in my backseat and a gun on my lap. So I know I'm going to jail. I look at my man and say, toss him the gun and say, yo, we out. Right? Because again, the thing with the streets they don't tell you is I've been in police chases. Sometimes they end where you don't get caught, sometimes they don't. Right? So I'm about to get in another chase, and my man throws me the gun back and goes, nah, chill, we good. In that second of indecision, I froze, and the cops got behind us and pulled us over. And I'll never forget because I called my girlfriend and said, hey, I'm about to go to jail because there's a quarter pound of weed in the backseat and a gun on my lap. And she pulled up in 5 minutes, and all I remember was the cop put me in his backseat, and I looked up, and there goes my girlfriend sitting there staring at me crying. The last vision I had was my girlfriend. My daughter was at school, my girlfriend sitting there staring at me crying, and I know I'm about to go to jail, and there's nothing I can do about it. Right? So like when I come, I promise you, this isn't just lip service. I don't come just to tell you guys things that sounds great. What I want, the best thing I could ever ask for you guys is to not have to go to jail and not experience what I had to do. But it starts right here and it starts right now. Right? Because believe it or not, the thought process that I had in middle school led to high school, led to college. But if you can start understanding some stuff right now, I guarantee it can make your adult life easier. Because I just got off the phone with my man. He's in the feds right now. He just got sentenced to the feds. And the feds, they go by months. So he called me and he said he just got sentenced to 220 months. Real quick, 220 divided by 12, how many years is that? He almost got 20 years. And again, it's from a decision, right? Because the truth of the matter is, as soon as I got arrested, was in the back of that police car, everything was out of my control. So I say that not to idolize jail, because I promise you it's probably one of the worst spots that you can go, but it took me going to jail for me to realize exactly what I wanted for my life. It took me going to jail and realizing that I can't just call my girlfriend, I can't just go see my daughter. Like the first time I talked to my girlfriend on the phone for 20 minutes, 19 of those minutes we sat on the phone and cried. Because we couldn't fathom being in jail. The first time she came to see me, 3-inch glass in between us, and we sat there staring at each other crying, because this was our worst nightmare. So I told myself that I promised I will never do anything to go back to jail. Right? But like I said, there's this thing called life, and when life gets real, the question is, then what do you do?